sometimes the person that you want doesn't deserve you. Say it again. Sometimes the person that you want doesn't deserve you. Now, my question is, why do we pick those people? What makes us pick the person that we know subconsciously doesn't deserve our love? Huh? I'm ready to fight myself. What past trauma? What? Which one of you motherfuckers made me like this? Huh? We go for the toxic boys because they're interesting and fun. Why? We don't want stability and true love? My therapist is definitely getting a call later tonight.
All right. Alrighty.
I love that.
All right. So that's the clip I saw. It was training on social media, and I guess that's the question I'm going to ask you. Why do all women deserve a good man, regardless of what woman it is?
I think everyone deserves some. Like, this goes for both genders, but everyone deserves someone. Everyone deserves to have someone in their life that will want to grow with you,
mm-hmm.
and will want to like welcome you into their life as well in that way.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like regardless of your past dating history or what have you, like
mm-hmm.
that doesn't kind of it shouldn't disqualify you from wanting a relationship like that.
Okay. All right. I now for me personally, like I don't think we are entitled to anything. I don't think we deserve anything unless we work for it, right?
Right.
And one of my favorite quotes is like, you don't get the life that you deserve, you get the life that you work for. So if you deserve quality, then you have to be quality. Like if you deserve something great, then you have to become great, right? So, and that goes for both genders, for men and women. If you want a good woman, then you have to be a good man, right? You have to be a good man. If you deserve the best woman out there that society can offer, then you do deserve to be a great man, right? But then if a woman, the same token, if a woman wants a good, if a woman says that she deserves a good man, then I think she better be a good woman, right?
Right.
And if you're not a good woman, and if you're not the type of woman that men want to wife up, that men want to commit to, then I don't believe you deserve a good man. You deserve all the things, the choices based on the results of the life based on the choices he made. So I know on the video she said choices in men that she made, a lot of those men weren't showing her any attention and were very toxic. And I know she said that those men made me to become this way. So the way I would see it is like, no, those men didn't make you that way. You chose those men, and whatever happened based on those choices you made happened. And if you didn't like those outcomes from those choices in men, then make a different choice, right? Choose different men. But if you keep going back to the same men that you're always picking, and you're always getting the same circumstances and outcomes, and you're just getting hurt by these men all the time, then I wouldn't put the responsibility on the men. I would put the responsibility back on the person. And the same thing goes for men, right? If you're picking these women and these women are draining you and they're not giving you peace and making your life harder, then it's not the woman's fault. It's your fault as a man. You don't want choosing to go pursue these women, right? So, that's my thoughts on that. Is
I agree with that for the most part. I also feel like the reason why we choose toxic people to be in our lives, it's not necessarily an active choice, because sometimes it does stem from our like past traumas that we've experienced that we have not yet healed from completely. And they manifest in ways that that we don't expect, such as like choosing toxic people to consistently be in our lives like that. And I also feel like wanting a good relationship and wanting a relationship of quality with a quality person also just comes back to you and how you view your own self, how you have healed from your past traumas. Because until you heal from your traumas and confront them, you're not going to attract quality people in your life. That's just how it's going to be. So you have to make that active choice, right? To want to make yourself better. But you also have to know that you're gonna be okay regardless if you're in a relationship or not. I feel like that's how you attract good energy, is when you know and you're very secure in your sense of self and being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I brought up that video, because that's why I do disagree from what she said, right? That every woman deserves a good man. And that's why I disagree. You know, every woman deserves a good man that she's willing to work for, right? She's willing to become the type of woman that men want.
Yeah.
Right. And that goes, you know, that I'll reflect that with men too. Like, you know, if you deserve a good woman as a man, you better be the type of man, that good man that all women want, right? So I do realize for a lot of women out there, you know, they may have trauma, they have issues, and you know, they're behaving in a way that's unattractive to most men, but they still have the mentality that they deserve good men, and that's why I see the disconnect. Because I do it not only from her video, but I've seen it for a lot of women as well. It's like they're behaving in a way that's unattractive for most men, but they still want a good man. And for me, it was like, no, if you're behaving in a way that's unattractive for most men, and you're making poor choices for your life as a woman, then you don't deserve a good man. You know, and that's just the harsh reality. And I see these women, like, you know, that's where self-improvement, right? Self-improvement growth comes from. I think you said that.
Yeah, it goes both ways too.
Well, yeah,
because,
of course,
like, you see that in men a lot. The reason why they choose to be in unfulfilling relationships or stay in relationships for way too long than they needed to last.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually because either the guy or the girl or both sides are like experiencing trauma still, and it's manifesting in ways that they can't yet heal from, mm-hmm. or they just don't confront it yet because they're not ready to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely goes both ways, because I've seen relationships last way longer than they needed to be, and like on both sides, like after like you ask them like, oh, like, do you regret this breakup from happening? Most of the time the question is no, because like it taught me like that I needed to heal, or that I had past traumas that I didn't heal from yet. And also I think a sense of like just being single, being actively single. I think being single is the best time to really work on yourself and find what you want to achieve in life, or what you want to get out of life. And I feel like all people should have that period of where they like want to be single because they want to find themselves. Mm-hmm. I know I had that period when I was in college. I was intentional about staying single. Mm-hmm. And it's because I didn't know what I wanted yet, and I used mm-hmm. that time to be really selfish for myself. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Let me ask you, what do you think? You know, because since the video was like, you know, every woman should deserve a good man. What do you like? Let me ask you. I just want to hear your opinion. What do you think? What should women do to deserve a good man? Like,
I think there's nothing wrong with wanting to have a good man in your life, regardless of, that's like for anyone.
Mm-hmm. Because we all know, right? The good men and the good women, they're only attracted to a certain type of individual, right? There's a reason why not. There's a reason why.
That's generalizing it a bit, but I guess.
If you want that, I mean, like, you know, if all the good women and all the good men, they're not just gonna pick up, you know, the worst quality type of people. There's a specific type of person they're looking for, right? So the question I want to ask you is like, you know, the good men, right? What are good men looking for in a woman? I want to ask you, if like, what's your answer to that?
What good men are looking for in women, or what women are looking for in good men?
What are men looking for what are good men looking for in a woman?
Well, I wouldn't know, because I'm not a man. I'm a woman, so I can only tell you the perspective of what men look for and what we consider a good man. Okay.
All right. What is your answer to what do women look for in a good man?
I think, well, for me, a good man is someone that's really emotionally mature and available. Mm-hmm. That's not always the case with men these days. Mm-hmm. And you can tell pretty early on if they're emotionally available or not based on how they interact with you and the things they talk about,
Mm-hmm.
and how men view themselves. Because I've also had interactions with men who are very self-condescending and like really are quick to put themselves down, but like no, like you should want to hype yourself up, because like you should have like a very strong sense of yourself and what you're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for men that are very insecure about themselves tend to go to women to make themselves feel better,
Mm-hmm.
because they have that woman's attention.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you should want to make your own self feel secure. You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
seek validation from anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, yeah, that's another trait of a good man, is someone who has a very secure sense of self and is confident in that way.
Mm-hmm.
There is a fine line between being confident and being like overly confident, like
Mm-hmm.
to the point of like being cocky, which
Mm-hmm.
is never really attractive. That has never really been attractive to me personally.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Someone who's ambitious, who wants
Yep.
to achieve goals in life is super
Mm-hmm.
important.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who has a good relationship with their family, or like has a very high sense of valuing their family in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Also someone like who takes care of themselves and like wants to take care of themselves in terms of like being active and like eating healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah. I mean, you said a lot of things that I've heard before, from a lot of women when it comes to looking for the quality or the good man they want, right? They love their family. You know, a lot of women, they love a family-oriented man. You know, that's very family-oriented. And ambitious was one of them, right? Every woman wants a guy that's ambitious, that's stable financially, and they have a plan for their life. And they're not a bum, basically.
Right, basically, yeah.
You're not a bum.
Basically,
right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, so for all the men out there that they do want to attract a good man, those are things that a lot of women would say, and then it would be a great idea. It would be a good idea for a lot of men to work on those things for themselves to attract a good woman, right?
Right.
And the reason why I ask you, like, what do men look for to attract a good one? What are the things that good men the good men are looking for in a woman? The reason why I brought that up question, because I think that's one of the things, like the most modern women today have no idea. And if you ask them, they have no idea. And that's why I think it's important to have a podcast like this, for men to speak about it, because I do hear a lot of women acting in certain ways and they have no idea or awareness that the very way they behave is detrimental to attracting a good man. And I would always wonder, like you, I know you said you're the list, but for most good men, it's pretty simple. They just want, they don't want a woman that's promiscuous. They don't want a hoe. All right. They don't want a woman that's very masculine, acts like a man. Right. They want a very feminine woman. And they're just nurturing, just caring, just friendly. And they want a woman that's doesn't have to, they don't have to compete with. They just want to be submissive to him. So those are usually the things. Those are the big, and also women that they don't want women with children. So most guys, they prefer to take care of their own kids. Mm-hmm. So those are the qualities that I know for a lot of men, and that's one of the biggest things that we look for. I just want to raise my own kids. I want to be the masculine man in the relationship. I want a feminine woman, and I just don't want my woman to sleep with one other man or have a high body count or be known in the society that you're a hoe. So those are the primary things that they look for. And the thing is, like you said, when I asked you the question, you didn't know, but that's not surprising to me, because I asked this to a lot of women, and they have no idea, but they behave in a way of all the things I just mentioned. But then they're the ones to like complaining or why they're not attracting good men. And I have to explain that to them, like, well, the reason why you're complaining you're not attracting good men because you're too masculine, you're whole, sleeping around all these men, and or you made some poor choices with you before, and you have a child now, and that's why a lot of guys are now coming to your doorstep. What do you think?
I feel like as women, we're in a very unique position to hold both masculine and very feminine energies. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because like some women tend to like just really hone into their masculine energy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
We both have masculine and feminine energy. Men too. We have masculine and feminine traits. But when it comes to what we are sexually attracted to and what we look for in a partner, one, we have to be primarily, like a man has a feminine trait, but I'm primarily masculine. Right? So primarily I have masculine traits, but there are certain times I do have feminine traits, right? Same thing with women, right? Women have masculine traits as well, but primary traits are being feminine. So, but usually the type of partners that we seek, we always seek the opposite of who we are. So very masculine men are gonna look for feminine women, and very feminine women are gonna look for a masculine man. You don't see. I've never heard a woman say, "Oh, I want a very feminine woman." I want a guy that's very feminine, that's very submissive, that's very kind and nurturing. When you ask a woman what they want the big, the strong, the ambitious, the confident, the assertive. That's the type of guys that they want, right? So, that's why the masculinity, we both have it, but when it comes to what we look for in a partner, the very masculine men, they're always looking at the feminine woman that's nurturing, caring, and kind. They don't want to date a woman that's very masculine, that acts like a guy. Because I'm already a guy myself. I want to date myself. And the same thing with feminine women. Like they're already very feminine. They're very kind, nurturing, caring. Like a lot of feminine women say, if I meet a guy that's very more feminine than me, it's unattractive for them. Like I'm already kind, nurturing, caring. I want my man to be strong, confident, and ambitious. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a little bit. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's one of that's just the thing I just realized today is from my observation for a lot of women. That's why I brought up that video. Is there's a lot of women out there, modern women. They believe or they say they deserve a good man, but they don't behave in the way that they don't behave in the ways that good men are attracted to, and they have no idea. They're not aware of the very things of what they're doing, of the very things that these men are looking for. Right. So that's just a disconnect I've just seen. And
let me ask you this: do you believe all men deserve good women?
No, I'll the same answer to you.
Yeah.
You only deserve what you're willing to work for. Everything in life, whether it's success, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a healthy body. If you want to be healthy, you're not going to get the body you want. You're going to get the body you work for.
Right.
Same thing with for all the men out there. I tell them, I have friends all the time. They're bums, they're lazy, and they're not doing shit with their life. And I tell them straight up, hey man, you're fat, you're lazy, you're a bum. If you want, and you're complaining about why a lot of these women you're either rejecting you or they're not taking you seriously, it's because you're not acting in a certain way that makes that what these women are looking for. So I tell my friends all the time, like, yeah, stop being lazy, get your fat ass and go to work. Right? If you want, like I said, if you want great things in life, then you have to make great decisions, and you have to become great. So that goes both ways. But the thing is, I know for most men, they already know this information. Like most men, they already know, hey, if you want an attractive woman, then you have to work, do something with your life, right?
Right.
But for a lot of women, I just noticed that they don't think that way. They just think that I'm pretty, I'm a bad bitch, and they just think that these good men are gonna come to them, and there's no accountability on them to make any necessary improvements in life. Like men know if you're a bum and you're not gonna, like a lot of men and women are not coming your way. I just noticed a lot of women, they don't think that way, and it's surprising to me when I meet those stuff.